and I'll find a consistent line every time that they just simply say, I'm just so confused by all that's being said of this is what God wants to do. And when you're in trouble or you've gone through some trauma or struggle, you find yourself kind of like Job with your friends. And after a while, it just all sounds the same, and people give up. And one of the things that the Lord's given me a heart to do is to try and reach back to people that have just been forgotten and lost and left behind. As I was thinking about this subject, I had this thought come to me that actually has a lot of biblical roots to it, I believe. And that is in the military, there is a saying, no man left behind. And as I was praying about this, where are all these sheep hiding and why are they running and going, I felt like the Lord really impressed on my heart that many ministries are so concerned with getting new converts and moving on and reaching the world for Christ and all that they've forgotten to really reach back and minister to the people that are truly God's sheep and need healing. And they don't need just some 12-step program. They don't need some organization or join a membership or get more involved or any of that sort of thing. What they need is a real connection with their one shepherd, Jesus Christ, of which the body really is commissioned to help facilitate. So this no man left behind, I've thought about this a lot, and just in terms of who's in my life that maybe in the past has been left behind and just kind of written off, and this might apply to you. You might feel like you're one of those that you went through something that set you back and everyone just abandoned you and you're left. I want to encourage you very strongly that you have a Lord who has not left you. He has every intention of bringing you back into a strong relationship with Him. And my first encouragement to you would be don't shut Him off because of what others have done. It's easy to do. It's easy to let that feeling of abandonment or being forsaken or left behind to kind of eat away at you, to where you just say, well, forget them. Those guys are a bunch of hypocrites and a bunch of losers, and who knows, they might be. But really, the bottom line comes down to it's not really the number one issue. The number one issue is you responding to the Lord and His call. Jesus said, my sheep know my voice. And I think, if you've put your faith in Jesus, I don't care if it was 50 years ago, you know His voice. You know He's speaking to you, and you need to hold on to that and just cling to that He has not left you behind, and that He desires so much to bring you into just a deep relationship with Him. Second thing I would do is just really ask God to bring someone into your life who really has a pastor's heart. I'm convinced that many ministries are not run by pastors. They're run by CEOs, and that's a very tragic commentary on the church in America today. The Lord is looking for shepherds to really go and find the lost sheep. Not just the converting of people to Christ, but once they've come to Christ, that they are cared for. A good friend of mine is a pastor who I won't mention his name because I am convinced he would not want me to. I was talking to him a couple weeks ago, and he was sharing with me about an individual he's been going to see in a prison in our state for over 20 years. The guy's not a believer. In fact, he's kind of antagonistic. He's in prison for some pretty bad stuff, and this pastor just has this heart to go every 6-8 weeks to just visit, sit down, play some cards with him, ask him how he's doing, just to check it out and see where he's at. Over 20 years, I think. I mean, it might be longer than that. I didn't get the exact time, but I know it's been a very long time he's been visiting this guy in prison consistently. And I'll tell you, that is a real pastor. That's a person who has a heart as the shepherd does. And you don't have to be a pastor to have that kind of heart either. So I'm kind of speaking to two different groups here, but I want to just challenge you that if you find yourself in this place of just feeling left behind, I want you to know God has not forsaken you. Jesus has made a promise that every one of his sheep he loves dearly, and he just wants you back in fellowship. That's what matters most, and I hope that is really something that you can grab onto, and maybe take a step toward someone who has reached out to you. Maybe make a call on this website. There, you can write me. You can, I believe the email address is lgtalks at gmail.com, I believe. And anyway, check it out. Write me. I'll be glad to encourage you, point you in a direction of some people that maybe could be an encouragement and a friend to you. I just hope that you don't let your hurt and the suffering you've gone through paralyze you in your relationship with Christ. That's my prayer. God bless you.